In Traveler Ascension-Imperial Warrant, your job is to explore, expand, and exploit a new sector of the galaxy. Before you can expand or exploit, however, you have to explore. After all, it helps to know where you're going. But even when viewed from the perspective of the mighty Imperium, space is vast. So where do you start? At the beginning of a typical scenario of Imperial Warrant, your faction has established a planetary base at the edge of this new sector of the galaxy. From there, you will explore outward and attempt to increase your base of operations. Movement in Traveler Ascension is by starships making space jumps to traverse from one area to another. In Imperial Warrant, how far your ships can jump through space depends on what jump level you've researched. Ships with a jump level of 1, for example, can move from one tile to an adjacent tile. Ships that have a jump level of 2 may move up to 2 tiles away from their present tile, and so on. Just a quick note, each class of starship has its own ship track, where you invest resources to improve not only your jump capacity, but also your offensive and defensive capabilities. We'll deal with this in more depth in a later video. Back to jumping. If you jump a distance greater than 1 tile, you have to roll a 6-sided die. If the die roll is less than the number of tiles you jumped, then your ship doesn't jump accurately, and you may either drift or end up somewhere you really had no intention of going. Assuming you jumped safely. When you arrive at a new unexplored tile, you can play a science card to reveal the terrain in that tile. You flip over the tile to reveal it. The tile might be largely empty space, devoid of interest, or it might hold a mighty gas giant that blocks your path. Alternatively, your brave explorers could find themselves viewing a beautiful nebula that enhances nearby star systems, or you might get caught in the middle of a treacherous asteroid field. Space is not only mysterious, but also at times deadly. Now, if the tile you reveal has a star system, then you can invest a second science card to check it out. This represents moving in closer to see what kind of planet there might be to expand upon. When taking this action to map the star system, you then randomly flip another card from the deck. In the upper right corner, the card you flip shows a planet ranging from A to D. A-level planets are rich ecologies, ripe for expansion, while D-level planets are little more than airless rocks, but they may have some value, both economically and strategically, depending on what faction you play and in the goals and strategy you employ for each particular game that you play. Keep in mind that with the special tile-based system we've created, the galactic sector will be different every time you play, and you'll have a wide variety of special terrain types and star systems to explore. And some of the planet cards are unique in their own way. You may find a welcoming Traveler's Aid Society or a populace that really doesn't want you around. There are plenty of combinations to make each game a new and fresh adventure. We'll talk more about how each time a planet differs when we discuss how to expand your base of operations. What we wanted to do here was to give you an idea of how exploration works in the game. Let us know what you think, and feel free to ask any questions you may.